So a lot of you guys have been asking for it, so here it is, a tour of the room that I use to evaluate equipment in. Let's take a field trip. Alright guys, so if I'm going to show you the room that I listen in, then I might as well kill two birds with one stone and show you all the gear that I own and use as reference pieces. And by reference pieces, I'm talking about the stuff that I use to compare everything else to. And we're going to start things off with the Rosso Fiorentino Volterra loudspeakers. Now, these retail for roughly $15,000 in their current form, but these are one of the first generations of the Volterra, and they retailed for roughly $11,900 back in the day. Now, I have them on hand because, well, I absolutely love what they can do, and I'm a really big tone whore, and these speakers have an accurate sense of tone and timbre, whichever you want to call it, that I feel is just very special, even for the money. So I absolutely love these speakers, and this is what I compare all reference components to. Down here, we have the holographic audio preamplifier-amplifier combination. Now, they retail for roughly $1,000 each, and I really like this stuff because it has a very linear, very tell-it-like-it-is presentation, but there's just enough musicality to make for a fun and engaging listen. So this is my reference point for what's possible in the $2,000 price point for something that's not made in China. Moving on. This is going to be something of a spoiler, actually. So this is going to be the Vista Audio Spark. It's an integrated amplifier that retails for $350. And I can tell you right away, it is quickly becoming one of my favorite affordable integrated amplifiers. Now, it's a purist piece. It doesn't really come with a whole bunch of features, but you know what? If sound quality is what you're looking for, yeah, that is an amazingly good piece. Over here, we have the Harbeth P3ESR monitors. Now, I've owned these speakers for 5 years. I use them primarily as desktop monitors, but you know what? Even outside of that application, to me, they are a really good reference point for what's possible at the $2,000 price point for a set of mini monitors. They have this gloriously natural sounding, very open sounding mid-range. The top end is smooth, it's easy to listen to, and the bass is surprisingly adept given their size. Anyways, I love these speakers, and I still plan on keeping them for many, many years to come. And lastly, for this room, we have the Polk Audio T50 towers at $260 a pair. These are absolutely ridiculous. In fact, they're so good, I'm actually mad at Polk Audio for not doing a better job of campaigning these speakers. I mean, they could bring them to shows, they could really kind of flex their muscle and show the world what they can do for this kind of money, but I digress. It's not a path that they've chosen. Nonetheless, they've made a really good loudspeaker here, and I hope more people become hip to it. So now let's take a walk. Yes, I still have a Christmas tree. Hedgehog. And here it is, the room that I use to evaluate gear in. Yeah, I know, really anticlimactic, right? Almost like a typical reviewer space. Completely non-ideal for the application. So here we have waterbed. When we sit down here, you're going to see pretty much what I see. Now we have some room treatments on the wall. Not all over the place, though, because I need to find that balance, or I should say, I think I found that balance between damping and liveliness from having exposed bare walls. So yeah, this is going to be my space. Surprisingly enough, even though this is a small rectangular space, I don't have that many issues with bass bloat, or at least relative to the size of the room. And that's because I'm on the second floor and a lot of bass energy just kind of leaks out. Plus I have this giant waterbed here which soaks up a lot of energy. So that's pretty cool. Now on the stands here we can see the Totem Acoustic Hawks, which are in for review. Spoiler alert, I really like them. And that's not surprising because I've always liked Totem. Now, on top here, you're going to see the silver box. That's the AMR, or Abingdon Music Research CD777. Now, I absolutely love this CD player. I have gone through a lot of digital gear. And the reason why I like the CD player so much is that not only is it very engaging to listen to, but it's very balanced. It almost has this tell-it-like-it-is presentation, but there's this organicness to it. There's a lit from within character that matches what I hear with really good vinyl setups. So I think it's a unique thing. Like I said, I've had a lot of digital gear come and go, and the AMR has always, in my opinion and to my ears, have remained the king of digital in its respective price point. And below that, we have the Karan Acoustic KA-I180 integrated amplifier. I probably messed that name up, but I've had this amplifier for a lot of years, and I love it because it's a tool, is what it really is. It has a very tell-it-like-it-is presentation that airs slightly towards the dark side of neutral, but otherwise, this is a very powerful integrated at 180 watts per channel into 8 ohms. It can power most speakers very well. Dampening factors through the roof, so it can control most speakers, again, very well. And it has a sound that's insanely balanced. Like when you listen to this, nothing pops out at you. The treble, the mid-range, the bass, all of it's so well integrated. It's very dynamic. There's just really, it's almost faultless. In fact, I know a lot of UK reviewers consider the Karan to be the king of solid state, and I totally get why. Now, the Karan, the iteration of the Karan that I have dates back to nearly a decade ago, and that's when it retailed for between $6,000 to $8,000. That was kind of in its transitional phase. Now, the current iteration of the Karan retails for $11,000, so it's not exactly a cheap piece, but I nonetheless really, really like it, and yeah, that's my reference stack. Now, below here, we have some music. Now, I'm actually currently evaluating the Hawks, so this is some of the stuff I've been spinning lately. We have Angus and Julia Stone, we have Red Hot Chili Peppers, some Christmas music, Patricia Barber, classic audiophile stuff, Michael Hedges, Yamamoto Trio, we have my favorite band, Incubus, have some classical music, some living stereo stuff, and yeah, this is just a small sample of the music. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a separate video for that later, but that's about it, guys. This is a tour of my space. It's not perfect, but you know what? It's allowed me to accurately gauge the performance of many products, and at the end of the day, that's the most important thing. Anyways, thanks for watching. I hope this helps to give you all a little bit more perspective as to what happens here behind the scenes at Zero Fidelity, and I can't wait to post up more behind the scenes videos later. So as always, take it easy and peace.